everyone, it's Daphne from Scrap and Create, and I'm back to continue working on the 8.5 by 8.5 Prima Golden Coast mini album, and we should be able to wrap it up today. So I'm anxious to get started. So this is where we left off. This is page 6, page 7, and we're going to start work on page 8. And so this is the pattern that I selected as the base, and then I've already pre-selected and trimmed out the papers for the flaps that I'm going to add to this page. And what I've decided to do on this page is they're actually cards, so they're going to open up completely, and they're just going to be adhered directly to this mat. So one of them is going to open up and one of them is going to open down. So I think what I want to start with is going ahead and getting the top papers put down on these cards, and then I've fussy cut and punched a hole in this balloon, and this balloon is actually going to work as a swing tab to hold these two flaps or these two cards in place once I get them mounted onto this paper. So the plan's going to be to work outside of the book and apply everything to this mat, and then because I'm going to need to put a brad on it, and I want the brad to go through the mat. And then once all that's done, we'll add it back to the book, and that will be page 8. And so we'll be wrapped up. So I'm going to go ahead and start by, like I said, getting these top layers down. All right. It is a rainy day in Southern California. It's been raining, not hard, but raining all morning. Okay. I'm just about out of glue. I need to hold it upside down for a second to get it to roll. All right, I'm anxious to finish this and then go back and do some more embellishments. Hopefully I am in frame. All right, that's done. And then I've got this piece, and yeah, it's inked. I was just double checking to make sure I'd inked the edges, and I had. I think I got in here without a brad, so I might have to take a break to go get a brad in a few minutes, but we'll get some more of this done first. Okay, so again, this one is going to open down and this one is going to open up. They're going to intersect like so. So the next thing I want to do is figure out my placement here. And I'm just using my grid to help me just keep a straight line when I'm applying these. So I think it's going to look like so. And I think I'm liking that pretty much. So that looks good. So I'm happy with that. So I'm going to go ahead and get some glue on this, and I'm just going to glue this whole card down. So when you open it up, it'll be have a mat on top and bottom for photos. And this is just eyeballing. And my goal right now is just to make sure, I'm going to use my ruler, that it is straight. And it looks pretty good. So I'm going to press that in place. Okay. And that is on the inside of this card. So now I'm going to glue this card down. I'm just going to keep it kind of in place. with this corner and get a little glue back here. Okay, that's it. So these two are in place. So now we need to figure out where to put the balloon so that it holds these closed, but then also when I swing it, it can get out of the way, and that looks about right. So I'm gonna stop for a second because I've got to go get a brad. So I'll be right back, and you'll need an owl unless you've got a hole punch that'll reach across your page, and I don't. So I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back, and I've got my little brad here. So I'm ready to figure out my placement. And I don't want too much of the balloon down here because I don't want to have to, if it's down here, then I really got to swing it a long way to open. So I kind of like it overlapping here a little bit. Is that going to do it? Will that hold it closed? I think so. Okay. So I'm going... Does that clear it? Yeah, I think I can move over just a little more. Okay, that's too close. There we go. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and put my hole in. Wow, I really did put a hole in there. All right, and now I'm going to add my brad. And then I want to put a piece of tape on the back of the brad just to keep it from spinning around and potentially damaging the paper. But before I do that, I want to see if it works. So okay. Yes, it does. It holds everything nice and tidy. So that is page 8. I'm going to go ahead and put a piece of, flatten the back of this, put a piece of tape on it, and then install this whole sheet inside the book. And I'm just going to use my bone folder to flatten it a little bit. And I'm going to use my big fat tape. When I say big fat tape, it's 1/2 inch. I think. Or is it 5/8? 5/8, sorry. 5/8. Okay, so that's in. Oh, it's really coming down now. I can hear it outside. Sorry, I can't get it together, so I walked in without my pick tool. So, but luckily this is pretty much the end of tape. All right. Get a little glue on the tape and then get this glued in, and that is page 8. And then we're gonna get started on the covers. The cover in the back, the spine. Okay. I'm very pleased with this. I think it's very cute. Somebody else I had seen use the ephemeras for swing tabs, and I thought, well, that's brilliant. I don't know why I hadn't thought of that myself. And honestly, I can't tell you who it is. I look at so many videos, it's hard to keep track, but I like the idea. I thought it was pretty clever. Anyway, okay, so that's in, that's done. So now we're gonna get started on covering the album. I'm gonna stop for a second and go collect my papers and be right back. Okay, I've got my papers all trimmed out and I'm ready to go. So this is what I've chose for the back, and this is the cover. And then just a continuation of the back for the spine. So I'm gonna go ahead and get these down. And our album will essentially be finished except for some embellishments. So I want to thank everybody again for tuning in, watching, and subscribing to our channel. We appreciate you taking, sharing your time with us. This collection is Prima by Golden Coast. It's in our shop right now. And if you click the More button in the description below, there is a complete material list with links to the shop. It's kind of hard to go back and forth, but basically all of the elements are in the shop right now. And like I said, there's a link in the More description. But if you just go to the Prima section on our site and page through, most everything will come right up to the top because these are newer collections. And that's kind of the way the site sorts it. The newest stuff is at the top. The other thing you can do is actually go to the search button and just type Golden Coast, and everything Golden Coast will come up. So there are going to be a couple of items that are not part of the Golden Coast collection. They're part of the fruit collection, and it's flowers. So if you look at the flowers, and I've kind of separated the flowers in the links below in the More description because of that. Okay. Oh, you know what? I'm going to take this off. I forgot. I'm going to attach a jump ring on that spine. So I'm going to hold off on doing that. And the reason I'm doing a jump ring is because there are, and I walked in here without them, there are charms that I'm going to attach to the spine. So I will show that to you in the walkthrough. I'm going to use a Tim Holtz jump ring brad to attach them. They're really cute. It's a pair of sunglasses and a flamingo, a shell, and I can't remember what the last thing is. Oh, 2 shells maybe. Anyways, they're really cute. They're part of the Prima Golden Coast collection too, which is also in our shop. Okay. And I am not going to do any embellishing on the back of this book because this is so pretty. I just want to leave it the way it is. I am going to come back and spend some time on the cover layering some things. So I've fussy cut a second balloon, and then I'm actually going to be layering bits and pieces on here to get some more dimension. I've got this whole stash of, actually this is going to go here, and I'm going to pop that too. I've got this whole stash of flowers that I'm planning on using on the cover. Now, one of the elements on this sheet that I don't like is this particular pattern. For some reason, it just does not appeal to me. So I fussy cut this out, or trimmed it out from somewhere else in the book, and I'm going to actually layer it here because I think that just looks a lot better. So I'll be working on layering this. I am not going to do that construction on video just for the sake of time. I'd like to get this video uploaded and released, and I will cover in detail during the walkthrough what I've done on the cover. And then I'll probably go back and add some additional embellishments inside the book, which I will also cover during the walkthrough. Thanks everybody for tuning in. The walkthrough should be out I'm very soon. So I'm hoping to wrap this up tonight and start my upload process and get this out to you guys. So thanks everybody for tuning in. This is Scrap and Create. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. So thank you again for tuning in. Be sure to check us out at www.scrapandcreate.com. Thanks for tuning in. This is Daphne. Have a great day.